I'm Lee. I'm a New Zealander living in the East Riding of Yorkshire, and this is my podcast about my handmade life. I'm on Instagram as Louleigh, and on Ravelry I'm on Instagram as Louleigh_, and on Ravelry is Louleigh. I have an Etsy shop where I sell knitting needle cases at Shop Louleigh, but you can find links to all of my online places at louleigh.com. I am delighted that you would come and join me today. I've been really looking forward to sitting down with you and having a little chat. This episode is about garments because I have been thinking about my summer wardrobe and what I'd like to add to that, and so I have a few finished things to tell you about and a few things that I've got going on as well. The next episode I will return to my sock obsession and so that one will be entirely about socks. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to tell you about, and where has it gone? Hold on. You stay there. If I reach around here, and hopefully everything won't just fall down. The other thing that I want to talk to you about soon is this. Zoe and Jenny showed me this yarn when I was at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and they have sent me a sample to try out. It's Cartreve yarn, and it's a 100% Welsh yarn. Yeah, and they've sent me this little colour palette to try out and review, so I will be doing a full Louleigh review for that. So this is community news. Yeah. We have the Advent mini skein swap happening in the Louleigh Ravelry group at the moment, and it's the second quarter closes on the 1st of May. So if you want to know what that's all about and you want to join in and swap mini skeins with us, then you can follow the link in the show notes or just pop over to the Louleigh Ravelry group, and there is a thread there for the Advent mini skein swap quarter 2 that explains everything, hopefully. And it would be really nice if you came and joined us. As I say, I'm going to pair everybody up on the 1st of May, which is Wednesday, for the second swap of the year. We also have the magnificent Louleigh yoke along happening in the Louleigh Ravelry group, and this is a KAL that runs until I think it's the 19th of September for knitting any yoked garments. It doesn't have to be colour work. The yoke might be a nice lace or cable pattern, just as long as it's a yoke construction. Whips are totally allowed provided you haven't finished the fancy bit, whether you did that first or last or whatever. As long as you've got a bit of yoke to knit while you're alonging with us, then it would be lovely if you would join in. And I think I told you on the last episode that I had tried on a really beautiful Guthrie by Caitlin. The pattern is by Caitlin Hunter. I tried one on at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and I had bought the yarn to make one for myself. I'm using well, here we go. I've done the sleeve. I'm doing it's actually knitted top down. Well, it's designed to be knitted top down all in one piece, and that's really blowing out. Let me hold it up there and let it focus properly. No, it is bright. So it's been designed to knit top down all in one piece, and I'm doing my usual trick of using the sleeves as a swatch and knitting the sleeves separately, and I will graft them on later. So it took me about 3 goes to get a fabric that I was happy with, and actually I was about to say it's upside down, but it's not. This is where the armpit would be, and this is where the cuff is going to go. Yeah, so it took me about 3 goes to get a fabric that I'm happy with, and I love the yarn. So the turquoise colour is the Sheepish DK from Ginger Twist Studio, and then the ecru is West Yorkshire Spinners Blueface Leicester DK. So I suppose I have put a premium yarn with a not so premium yarn, but it's still something that I had to save up for quite a long time. This was my Edinburgh Yarn Festival budget all in one go, which I don't mind. I mean, you know, I like to, it's nice to buy stuff for an epic project. I'm really enjoying this. What was I saying? Yeah, it took me about 3 goes to get a fabric that I was happy with, and I didn't get gauge, but I'm going to recalculate things so that it works out. So I was using the sleeve as a swatch, and I also like to knit the sleeves separately so that when I come to knit the sleeves I don't have a massive torso dangling off the end, because I find that really laborious. If you are someone who resents sleeve island, or whatever you want to call it, then I would urge you to try knitting the sleeves separately and grafting them on afterwards. I should mention also that I really like Kitchener stitch. I think it's magic and I enjoy doing it, so that's not an issue for me. And this design also has a couple of plain rows of knitting in between the section where you divide the yoke and the sleeves, and so it lends itself to being able to graft the sleeves on afterwards. I seem to have gotten the hang of doing nice neat colour work with this as well. I've cast on the second sleeve. As you can see, I haven't done the cuff. That's one bit that I'll knit it after. I might knit it when it's actually attached to the torso so that I can get the sleeve length exactly right, or I might knit it when I've finished the yoke and the torso and blocked it, so I can at least measure and get the cuff exactly right. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. It's so much fun, I just don't want to put it down. And I'm really excited to get the second sleeve done and get onto the crunchy bit, to get onto the yoke and the torso. I think it's going to be really good fun. I'm going to cardiganize it, so I'm going to steak it. And the fabric is just, it's so nice and squishy that I feel like I'd actually like a onesie in it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing for the yoke along. There are some really pretty jerseys over in the Ravelry thread. Is it a boreal that a few of you have been knitting? I think it's a Jennifer Steingast pattern, and there's some beautiful versions of that in the Ravelry group. Some of you are doing things that have lacy yokes, and the yarns are so pretty. I've been really enjoying your progress, and some of you are doing experiments and just trying out the construction. So yeah, it's really good fun. If you are intending to knit a yoked jersey or cardigan over the next few months, then come and join us. So this morning I spent a little while prancing around in my garden taking photographs and little bits of video of finished objects. The first one that I wanted to talk to you about is my Markley jersey. This is a pattern, you've seen it on here in progress a few times. The yarn is Skein Queen, Splendid, 4-ply, and the Antique Maps colourway. There we go, I got there in the end. And the pattern is by Elizabeth Doherty. It's called Markley. And I really like the design features on this pattern. Hopefully while I'm talking to you I can insert some pictures of myself prancing around in it in the garden. I really like some of the features on this pattern. I love the seam detail across the back of the shoulders, and I love the high-low hem. I think that's really flattering. The other thing I quite like is that she has put a slip stitch faux seam detail down the side of this jersey, and she actually has it slant forward as you knit. And this is a boxy jumper. The sides are actually straight up and down, there's no waist shaping, but I think that's a really nice detail just to give the illusion of some shaping that isn't there. And so I really like it. I'm very happy with the finished object, and I am also very happy that I had enough yarn to finish it. I had been having all sorts of dilemmas about putting in a contrast colour, because for me this is quite a busy yarn already. It has lots of little dashes of colour, and so I was prepared to put in some sort of accent or contrast, but didn't really want to. And so I made 3/4 length sleeves, and I'm really happy with the outcome. I've worn it a lot over Easter. I've managed to get chocolate on it, so I had to wash it again. And I can see it being the sort of garment that I would want to have more than one of in my wardrobe. I'm not about to cast one on immediately. I think I would wear it for a little while and just see how it fits in with my wardrobe and how often I wear it. But especially in transitional weather where it's not super cold or super warm, or if I'm visiting places that are likely to be heated, then I can see that a lightweight jersey like this is going to be really handy. And I think it was just a nice easy knit. I knit a lot of vanilla socks just as sort of mindless, relaxing knitting, or when I'm in social situations, and this works the same way. It was perfect for that. So yeah, I could see myself wanting a long sleeve version of this, maybe another 3/4 length sleeve. Anyway, I'm going to wear this one for a while and just see how it fits in with the things that I wear every day. So yeah, I'm really excited to have finished that one. The thing I'd also like to say about this pattern, it is really clearly written, but the other thing that I found is that it is really well laid out. It's like whoever has laid it out has actually put just enough white space between all the instructions so that they don't all jumble around or get confused. It wasn't like I felt like I needed to cross things out or put a little bit of tape. The instructions were clear and really nicely laid out to make it easy to read. So yeah, if you're thinking about making a lightweight jumper that's got a relaxed fit but some really lovely details, then I can recommend that one. I'm really pleased with mine anyway. So I think the last time I was talking to you, I was talking about my summer wardrobe and the plans that I had to supplement my summer wardrobe with handmade things. And I had just made this shirt here, which I was using as a wearable twill for the scalp tee, and I had made it out of men's shirts, and I have gotten a lot of wear out of this. I think it's just that the combination of the shirts just makes it a really fun, easy thing for me to wear. But I had mentioned that I wanted to make some adjustments to the pattern. Specifically, I wanted to put in bust darts. The problem that I had with the original scalp tee is that because there's no bust shaping, the front of the t-shirt sits and the side seam actually tilt forward, and hopefully I can put a picture in this area that shows you what I mean. If you have a look at the front photo, you might be able to see that the t-shirt actually kind of pulls from my bust. There's some diagonal lines that run, well, diagonal ripples that run from my bust points down to the hem of the t-shirt. And hopefully I've put in a side view as well. You'll be able to see that the front of the t-shirt sits forward, the side seam tilts forward and isn't perpendicular to the ground, and it actually pulls the back of the t-shirt forward so it doesn't sit nicely either. So I got the hairy man to help me put some bust darts in, and they haven't come out perfectly, but I think it's a bit of an improvement. I think from the front view you can still see that there is a little bit of pulling from the bust points down to the hem of the t-shirt, and when you have a look at the side view, the side seam isn't perfectly perpendicular to the ground, but I hope you can see if I've taken some good photos, you'll be able to see that it's actually sitting a lot more nicely. That's not good English. It's sitting better over my bust, and the back of the t-shirt is actually hanging better as well. I hadn't been tremendously excited about putting this specific IKEA print into my wardrobe until it became a nice warm day today, and I paired it with some blue skinny jeans, and I think the green goes well, and I like that the sort of ivory off-white colour is quite fresh for summer weather. So as much as I felt like it looked like a kitchen blind, I've put it on today and I actually think it looks kind of nice and springy. Yeah, which is kind of interesting that something that I wasn't excited about is I've put together as an ensemble and have become a lot more excited about. So yeah, I think I had planned to try out some of the other sleeve variations for this, but I'm not overly excited about having a whole bunch of these in my wardrobe. I like the ones that I've made and I think that they'll be great for casual wear, but I'm not excited to make more of them or to play with the pattern anymore. I want to move on. Actually, I want to move on, but the next pattern is just up here. Hold on. So the next thing I want to add to my warm weather wardrobe is either a pair of shorts or a skirt, and I came across this pattern for the A-frame skirt, and this is from Blueprints, which is an independent pattern designer. Let me just refocus this over here so you can see it. And I'm planning to make the pencil skirt. And the reason that this appealed to me is because I am a pear shape, and so all of the conventional doctrine says that I should wear an A-frame skirt, but that's not actually a silhouette that works well in my wardrobe, and so I quite liked the idea that this pencil skirt here has an A-frame panel but is in fact a slimline pencil skirt, which I think, well, theoretically will be something that I enjoy in my wardrobe and will fit in with the overall silhouette of my wardrobe. That sounds fancier than my wardrobe actually is, but so yeah, that's the next thing that I want to have a go at. I'm actually tempted just to make this up in some fabric that I can wear, because I think a skirt is basically a tube with a bit of shaping. I might be proved wrong, but I'm guessing that this will be something that's relatively easy to fit. I also like that this has pockets, so I think there's some really nice features in this skirt, and I know that a few of you have made it or have plans to make it, so it'd be really exciting to see other people's versions of this skirt. There's a lot of really fun ones on Instagram already that I have been browsing. I'm going to make it up to start with, in the blue twill fabric that I use for making my cases. It's not, it looks denim, but it's not actually. It's a lighter weight fabric, and I think it will be nice to work with because it's quite stable, being a twill, but still a lightweight fabric that I can wear for the summer. Yeah, and I have tons of it. So if it all goes horribly wrong, I'm not going to be distraught about it, but I think it's this. I think with this, it'll be more of a matter of whether or not it's something that fits in with my wardrobe and I feel comfortable wearing. So yeah, I'm really excited to get that started. The other thing that I am excited about is my summer cardigan. Last year I had bought some yarn for a simple classic neutral coloured cardigan, and the yarn I purchased when it arrived had a grey undertone which I didn't enjoy, so I overdyed it and I like the colour that's come out, but I still would like in my wardrobe that sort of ivory or ecru coloured cardigan that's going to be really classic and pretty and go with a lot of things. So I have ordered the yarn and it has arrived, and this was such a beautiful package to receive. I decided to use Wensleydale long wool in the 4-ply there, and it came in a cellophane package with a little gold Easter bunny, and it's just so luminous. It was like receiving spun gold or something shiny and beautiful in the post. And these balls are so cute. That's a 50-gram ball. Yeah, so it's Wensleydale long wool. And what else do I want to say about this? It's not a cheap yarn, but it's not at the really pricey end of the spectrum either. I think I bought 9 balls to make myself a cardigan, and I think that was about £55, so something that I would have to save up for, but not for a long time. I've decided to make the featherweight cardigan. I was browsing through Ravelry, getting really excited about all of the 4-ply cardigan options that were available, and getting really excited about things with lacy fronts and all the rest of it. And in the end I just thought, well, actually what I need is just a classic cardigan, and I was looking through the pictures of the featherweight on Instagram, and I think that it looks smart on a lot of people, so that's what I've decided to do. I have knitted, I've knitted this swatch and washed it, but I haven't quite got gauge yet, and actually I would like to try going down another needle size, which should get me closer to gauge and closer to a fabric I think I'm going to prefer. I'm completely enamoured with this. I like the drape, I like the little bit of fluffiness, and I love the colour and the luster, and yeah, I'm really excited to do another swatch and get going with that. So that's all from me for today. It's been so nice to come and have a little chat with you. My focus for the next week will be the A-frame skirt and my Guthrie, which I have to admit I'm slightly obsessed with that. It's just so fun to knit. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and if you did, you can subscribe below or give me a thumbs up, and I hope that you'll pop over to the Ravelry group and join us there. Cheerio!